The third episode of Reacher Season 2 begins 10 days earlier. Langston stands by and watches as two of his goons beat up Franz. Langston says the pounding will stop immediately if Franz tells him what he discovered and who else knows. He also informs him that he got a beat on his pals in Atlantic City, Sanchez and Orozco, so not talking isn't going to save them. Franz spits blood in his face and remains silent. Langston breaks his legs and orders the henchman to prepare him. Langston and his henchmen are riding on a chopper with Franz restrained. Langston gives him one more chance to speak. "I'm just thinking about what the big guy is going to do to you," Franz replies, laughing in his face. They eject Franz from the chopper. "Big guy?" Langston asks to his henchman. What the hell was he on about? Returning to the present, Reacher walks into a gun shop and informs the shop worker that he needs 3 burners and a load of firearms. The assistant informs him that he has a 7-day waiting time or that he may just obtain a handgun. Reacher pays him off in order to bypass a lot of hoops and departs with the weaponry he desires. O'Donnell complains about the Glock 17 Reacher has for him in the rental vehicle. O'Donnell likes his Glock 17, but Reacher reminds him that it must be a pistol that cannot be tracked. The group is deciding where to hide when they are stopped by a patrol cruiser pulling him over. "Wake me up if something happens," Reacher adds before falling asleep. He knows he'll be caught, but he expects it'll be a long time. Russo appears and instructs Reacher to exit the vehicle. He instructs Dixon and Neagley to handle the New Age parking pass issue, and convinces O'Donnell to accompany him to the station as his lawyer. Dixon and Neagley visit New Age Technologies. They speak with the Director of Operations, Marlo Burns, and inform her that there have been 3 confirmed killings, another missing person, Swan, and a person of interest, Saropian, discovered with a parking card issued by New Age Technologies on him. Marlo claims there are over 1,000 employers, therefore monitoring is impossible. Reacher and O'Donnell are in a police interrogation room with Russo, and Reacher is curious about his presence. Russo claims they are interfering with the inquiry and tells him that everyone is working together to solve the killings. Russo considers it odd that the 110th had many calls to each other yet did not call Reacher. He affirms that it is due to his lack of a phone, but Russo is dubious. He inquires as to what he knows about the massacre of the 110th. If they give information with him, Reacher says Russo better have something for them. Dixon and Neagley are poring over a page of random numbers gleaned from their inquiry. There are 7 sheets in all. Dixon calculates that each page has 26 or 27 numerical tabulations. If you run them all together, you can fit everything on one page rather than 7. Except for one page, which contains 27, all of the pages have 26. There are months and days, with each page representing a month and 6 days of the week. They last 26 or 27 days and begin and terminate on working days. Something was meant to happen 9 or 10 or 12 or 13 times a day for the past 7 months. The stats are fantastic in month 1, but they plummet in month 7. What type of somethings were they keeping track of? Neagley is perplexed by Dixon's calculations, but she respects her judgment. However, it begs the question, what exactly is going on? AM has scheduled a trip from Denver to JFK, so they feel they can grab him as soon as he checks in. AM, on the other hand, is astute, and when he gets at the airport, he suspects something is awry. He knocks over the bag of someone he suspects is monitoring him, and nothing is in the suitcase, confirming his suspicions. He exits the airport and contacts Langston to inform him that he has been delayed, but that he will still complete the transaction, it will just take a little longer. "Have you ever done a deal like this before for the product purchased?" AM inquires of Langston. Langston says that he hasn't and wonders how AM is getting into New York without identification. AM says he'll take care of it. Reacher's party arrives at Saropian's house and throws a pipe bomb into his hallway, causing an explosion, and one of the goons ready to murder them to catch fire. So they headed to the hardware shop for it. When they enter the home, a gunfight ensues with the surviving thugs. They eliminate all of the henchmen. When Dixon runs out of ammunition while fighting one of them, O'Donnell saves her by killing the guy before he can kill her. Reacher notices a vehicle moving away from the scene and pursues it. He can't catch up to the automobile, so he gets imaginative and tosses a barbecue at the incoming vehicle. It grinds to a standstill. Reacher approaches the automobile and pulls a large guy from it. "Who sent you?" he exclaims. "What company do you work for?" "New Era," Brian Collins is the name he discovers on his ID. The man dies of a heart attack before he can tell Reacher anything. Reacher returns to Saropian's house and informs the gathering of what has occurred, telling them they must get the hell out. Reacher believes there are two possibilities here. First, the hitmen may have gone to New Age to canvass a target. In this scenario, the location they discovered may have been a forgery, or Saropian could have gone to New Age because he was operating as a hitman for hire and had an assignment to find them. In any case, someone intended him to use the address as a trap to murder them. Russo informs Reacher and the gang that they can no longer go renegade. He also informs them that AM did not arrive at the airport, but the plan appeared to be still in action. They are obtaining a warrant to get entry to the headquarters of New Age Technologies. He advises them to keep their distance till they hear from him. Reacher offers Russo a phone number so they may stay in touch, and Russo cautions, no more cowboy shush. Russo then walks away. Reacher declares, saddle up, we've got a whole lot of cowboy shush to do. The episode concludes with Reacher and the group getting into a car and driving to the offices of New Age Technologies. Reacher instructs them to gather all they can in 2 minutes and not to wait for him if he is late. They all put on balaclavas and drive through the barricades into New Age Technologies. They take all they can and stuff it all into black bags. Reacher pulls a framed photograph of the New Age squad from the wall before departing. They hear sirens just as Reacher is about to leave. They start driving away, and Reacher leaps in the car barely in time. They pull over and light the balaclavas, while Reacher displays the photo he discovered at New Age on the vehicle. They see Swan in the photograph at New Age. In the photograph, he is flanked by Langston and Marlo Burns. Reacher goes on to say, he was working at New Age with the people who have been trying to kill us.